Gentlemen, the moment the air turns crisp, your scent game shifts. Autumn is the season of sophistication. Gone are the light, citrusy spritzes of summer. This is the season of rich spices, deep woods, and smooth ambers. The kind of scents that feel like a tailored cashmere sweater or a glass of aged whiskey by the fire. You know, once you hit 40, the bright stuff from your 20s just doesn't last or suit you the same way. Your skin changes, your taste changes, and suddenly those smoky, woody notes feel like home. That's why autumn is your season. So today, I'm sharing 8 of the best autumn fragrances for men over 40. One for every mood, one for every kind of autumn day. Each one is timeless, confident, and magnetic in its own way. Stick with me, because fragrance number 4 is basically autumn bottled up in liquid form. 1. Spice Bomb Extreme by Viktor and Rolf, the Statement Maker. This is like walking into a room where the fire's already roaring and someone just poured you a glass of bourbon. Black pepper, vanilla, tobacco. It's warm, it's spicy, it's a little dangerous. One of my clients wore this to a dinner party. He walked in, didn't say a word, and within minutes people were asking, "Who smells so good?" That's what this scent does. It announces you before you even speak. Now, this isn't a fragrance for the office. It's too commanding, too bold. But for nights out, dates, or evenings with friends, it's magnetic. Imagine yourself in a wool coat, scarf wrapped around your neck, the crisp autumn air swirling as you walk into a restaurant. You don't just arrive, you make an entrance. It also has incredible longevity. 2 sprays, and you'll smell it 10 hours later. At around $150 a bottle, it's an investment. But it pays for itself in staying power. If you want the same spicy vanilla tobacco vibe on a budget, Armaf Club de Nuit Intense Man Limited Edition gets you close for a fraction of the price. 2. Terra d'Hermès Eau Intense Vetiver, the Everyday Gentleman. If Spice Bomb is the fire at night, Terre d'Hermès is the walk through the park that gets you there. It opens with orange and grapefruit, bright, fresh, but quickly settles into vetiver and pepper, earthy, grounded, masculine. It's the kind of scent that makes you think, this man has his life together. Picture this: you step out of a meeting on a crisp afternoon, your coat collar turned up, leaves crunching underfoot. You catch the faint, earthy sharpness of Terre d'Hermès rising from your scarf, and suddenly, the whole scene feels cinematic. It doesn't scream for attention, but it commands respect quietly. The perfect daytime seasonal scent, office, errands, lunches, versatile but never boring. At around $150, it's an investment, but Lalique Encre Noire is the budget-friendly alternative. Smokier, moodier, but it nails that earthy masculinity for about $40. 3. Ombre Leather by Tom Ford, the Power Move. Now let's turn the dial up. Ombre Leather by Tom Ford. Leather can be tricky. It's either too harsh or too sweet. Ombre leather hits the balance perfectly. Smooth, like the interior of a luxury car, softened with cardamom and jasmine so it's wearable. I had a friend wear this to a business dinner. Halfway through the evening, someone leaned across the table and asked, "What cologne are you wearing?" That smells incredible. Ombre leather doesn't just sit on your skin, it becomes part of your presence. This is a boardroom fragrance, a closing deals fragrance, but also the one you wear with a navy blazer and crisp shirt to dinner, where you want respect without saying a word. Longevity? Outstanding. Projection? Strong, without being overwhelming. At about $150, it's not cheap, but like a leather jacket, it's an investment that lasts. If you want something similar at half the price, Rassasi La Yukawam pour Homme is known as its twin. 4. Jazz Club by Maison Margiela, the Date Night Charmer. Not every scent needs to shout power. Sometimes you want to be warm, magnetic, inviting. That's Jazz Club. This one feels like a dimly lit lounge, leather chairs, soft jazz, a glass of rum in your hand. It opens with rum and pink pepper, then slides into tobacco and vanilla. It's sexy but not loud. It's intimate. The kind of fragrance that makes someone lean closer. Picture sitting across from someone at a candlelit table. The conversation slows, the atmosphere deepens, and your fragrance pulls them in without a word. That's Jazz Club. This is your autumn date night weapon. Don't wear it to Monday meetings. Save it for evenings when you want to be remembered. Around $135, worth every penny. But if you want something more affordable, Burberry London for Men has that same tobacco spice coziness at about $45. 5. Penhaligon's The Dandy, the Whiskey Gentleman. Here's something newer and perfect for autumn, the Dandy by Penhaligon's. This one smells like stepping into a private club, the kind with leather chairs, dark wood shelves, and a glass of 18-year-old whiskey waiting for you. It opens with brightness, bergamot and spicy coriander, but very quickly moves into rich cedar wood, smoky patchouli, and that peaty whiskey note. It's smooth, but it has this depth that feels almost mysterious. Not a loud fragrance, no one across the street is going to smell it, but up close, it's magnetic. People lean in because it makes them curious. Another gentleman I know wore the Dandy to a late-night jazz bar. He said it wasn't until he leaned in to order a drink that the bartender paused and said, "Whatever you're wearing, it suits you." That's the effect. It doesn't try to dominate a room, it waits for people to come closer. Where to wear it? Evenings out, dinners, cocktails, jazz bars, but also on slow autumn Sundays when you want to feel refined. This is the scent you wear with a tweed blazer, leather gloves, and a quiet confidence that speaks volumes. Yes, it's pricey, north of $200, but honestly, it feels like wearing sophistication itself, like putting on a velvet jacket that never goes out of style. 6. Dior Sauvage Elixir, the bold classic. You've probably heard of Dior Sauvage. It's one of the most popular colognes in the world, but Sauvage Elixir is not the same beast. This version takes everything you know and cranks it into something darker, spicier, more mature. Right out of the gate, you get cinnamon, nutmeg, and cardamom. That rich autumn spice mix. Then lavender smooths it out before it dries down into amber and woods. It's bold. It's unapologetic. I know a man in his late 40s who swears by this as his signature scent. He once told me, "I don't care if every 20-year-old is wearing Sauvage. I wear Elixir. It makes me feel 10 years younger, but in a confident way, not like I'm chasing youth, like I've still got fire in me." This is not an everyday wear, too intense for the office, but on autumn nights, dinners, whiskey tastings, rooftop drinks, it's unbeatable. It projects, it lingers, it leaves a trail. At around $160, it's not the cheapest, but if you want a fragrance that feels like putting on a perfectly tailored navy suit, this is the one. 7. La Nuit de l'Homme by Yves Saint Laurent, the smooth closer. The next one is a classic, La Nuit de l'Homme. If Spice Bomb is bold and ombre leather is commanding, La Nuit is smooth. It opens with cardamom, spicy, warm, and then it settles into cedarwood and tonka bean. The result? Pure magnetism. This is one of those fragrances that makes people lean in closer. I've lost count of how many times I've heard, "Wow, you smell amazing." It's not overbearing, it's not heavy, it's intriguing. For men over 40, this is perfect for evenings when you want to add a touch of romance. Dinners, dates, even quiet nights out, this one never misses. At around $120, it's well within reach for a classic. And if you're on a tighter budget, Armaf Nuit d'Issey Homme gives you that same spicy smooth balance for under $40. 8. Amouage Interlude Man, the Sophisticated Rebel. Now let's add one for the boldest among you. Interlude Man by Amouage. This isn't for beginners. It opens smoky and chaotic. Oregano, amber, incense, almost too much, but give it time. It dries into leather, oud, and rich spices. It's like autumn's darker side, a bonfire after midnight, the last pour of whiskey before the lights go out. Interlude Man draws on the Middle Eastern tradition of oud and incense, making it a truly global standout in the autumn lineup. If you've never worn an oud-forward scent before, this is your chance to experience a fragrance culture where complexity and richness are king. For the man who isn't afraid to turn heads and embrace a bit of mystery, this really is one of a kind. I know a gentleman who wears this only for very special evenings. He said, "This is my armor. When I wear Interlude, nothing can shake me." That's what this fragrance is. Confidence in liquid form. It's expensive, over $250, but it lasts all day, sometimes into the next. If you want a fragrance that makes you unforgettable, this is it. Wearing cologne like a pro after 40. Here's the thing about cologne. Once you're over 40, how you wear it matters just as much as which one you choose. A lot of guys get this wrong. They think more is better, but especially with autumn colognes, heavier, richer, more powerful, it's actually the opposite. 2 sprays is usually all you need. One on the side of the neck, one on the chest. That way, the scent surrounds you without announcing itself before you walk into a room. Another trick? Think about fabric. If you're spending time outdoors, a light mist on your scarf or jacket collar can help the scent carry in the crisp air. Just avoid leather, it'll stain, and nobody wants that. And here's a little pro hack most guys never think of: unscented moisturizer. Put a bit on before spraying your cologne, and suddenly it lasts so much longer. Dry autumn air can eat through scent quickly, but moisturizer locks it in. It's simple, but it makes a huge difference. For the fragrance enthusiasts among us, you can even layer a lighter scent in the morning, like Terre d'Hermès, and transition to a deeper evening scent, like Ombre Leather, so your fragrance evolves with your day, just like your wardrobe. Remember, in autumn, your scent isn't just about smelling good, it's your signature. These 8 picks are invitations to own your story, to be memorable in every room. Tell me your favorite autumn scent or share a memory tied to a certain fragrance. Drop it in the comments. I love hearing your stories. Keep refining your style. And remember, confidence never goes out of fashion.